Hey, just wanted to make a quick functional video on the TKB before it shipped here today to show you that everything's working and just to make note of a couple things that might kind of catch you out. So I've just got this set up, real simple patch, saw wave into a filter, kind of off-screen kind of thing. First row I have set to like an octave or so, just an ascending scale. Second row is just more of the ascending scale, higher pitch. Third row is just sort of like a mid-range kind of sequence, and then the bottom range is a high-pitch sequence, just so I can walk through and show you that all the keys work, all the knobs work, all that sort of thing. So right now it's set for keyboard mode, meaning it'll respond to the touchpads rather than to a clock, which is not currently hooked up. I have the pressure going to the filter to show that the pad pressure works. This is the trigger out for the pads to trigger the envelope. And then we've got row A is what's being output here. So I'll just walk through the pads and show you. So when you touch a pad, it'll trigger, and you can hear it walk through the scale. Okay, so everything works. Go to the second row, same thing. Turn the volume up a little bit. See if that's better. All right. Third row. This is just sort of like a random sequence. And the fourth row is more of just like a high pitch sequence. All right, so if we go back to the first row, you'll note you can push onto the key harder to cause the pressure voltage to go up, and that's currently routed to the filter. You'll hear that. It's kind of sensitive. So, okay. So that's working. If we were to put a clock into here, you can see it is starting to run. Let's see, I need the clock out for the envelope. Here we go. So you have a switch here to control direction. It's currently in forward mode. If you flip it the other way, it'll go backwards. And again, whatever row is currently set, let's just put it on this mid-range sequence C row here. Now, if you want a shorter sequence, let's say we only want the first 8, if we take the trigger out for the stage and go to reset, why is that not resetting? My bad. I didn't have the first step of the sequence sort of picked for the reset. That's why. So you take the trigger out to the reset, but then whatever is touched is the first step of your sequence. So I had the first step because I hit 16. Anyhow, that's what's going on there. Now, the one thing that might catch you out, the random select will only work when the reset is triggered at the same time. So to get it to run random, you would have to do reset both the clock. So if we take the clock out and go into random select, it basically is picking a new random start section of the sequence, which won't do anything until you also give it the reset of the same clock. And as you can see now, it will run in random mode. Okay. Now you also have voltage control over the direction. And for this, you have to be in forward mode. And then if you give a positive voltage to the direction, it'll actually back up. So I have a CV mixer over here. I'll plug that in. So that's just offsetting a 0 volt. If I turn this knob and give it 5 volts, you'll see it back up once it crosses into the positive voltage. And there it's running backwards. And if we turn it down, back to the right below 0 volts or 0 volts, it'll continue to run forward. Now, you can actually chain all of these together with the vertical clock over here. So if I were to now take the output of the step 16, whenever this triggers, it will advance the vertical clock and it'll move to the next row. So you can, in this way, chain all 64 steps together into a larger sequence. And there's a dedicated output here, ABCD, which is the sum of all 4 of these rows. So if we were to put this in here, you'll hear it run all 4 sequences. And now it's into the C row, and then it'll go to the high sequence next. And then it'll go back to the climbing scale, and then more of the next set of this climbing scale, the mid-range sequence row, and then the high-pitch row. And that's pretty much it. Keyboard switch turns on and off the pads for control. And that's it. So you can see it works great. I'll get it boxed up and sent out to you.